As you by now have witnessed, record inflation in the U.S. driving up the cost of goods and services.
Families experiencing sticker shock at the grocery store, the gas pump, all-time highs.
And drivers right now paying an average of $4.37 a gallon nationwide. It's almost as bad here in Michigan, just a cent cheaper, $4.36 a gallon. And diesel hitting new heights too.
President Biden addressing the country today, outlining his plan to lower costs for middle-class families.
I know the families all across America are hurting because of inflation. I want every American to know that I'm taking inflation very seriously, and it's my top domestic priority.
President Biden highlighting plans to lower energy prices, lower prescription drug prices, raise taxes on corporations, and ease supply chain bottlenecks.
Additionally, he's addressing high housing costs out there. 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell takes a look at how one affordable housing investment could help.
Housing costs have many concerned about the future of the American dream.
We're seeing housing become to a phase where even people who are making between $100K and $150K, they can't afford it. So what happens to the average American?
Sharice Mitchell lives in the Boulevard apartment building that opened just before the pandemic at West Grand Boulevard and 3rd in Detroit. She lives in a market price apartment, but says the community is improved by the fact that 20% of the units are below market, with rent based in part on income. President Joe Biden says low housing supply is causing inflation and announced a plan to invest in 1 million additional affordable housing markets.
The fewer units we have, the fewer supply we have, pushes housing prices up for everyone and creates affordability concerns across the entire housing market.
Detroit Housing and Revitalization Department Director Julie Schneider says the city needs such investments. Due to inflation, some affordability housing projects with subsidized units have been delayed. It's not hard to understand how inflation drives up the cost of housing. A 2x4 used to cost you about $1.50 each. Now you're looking at $9. A board like this used to cost $32. Now, $65.
There's nothing better and more satisfying than being able to deliver a working class family a new home. And it's just become more challenging and challenging.
Infinity's Homes founder Reno Suave prides himself on providing homes working families can afford without subsidies. I asked him why, if there is a need for less expensive housing, builders don't build cheaper homes. He says costs are simply forcing builders to build more expensive homes to make a profit.
Your $250 house 18 months ago is now $325, $350.
He's concerned about government investment impacting demand for labor and lumber, but also wants housing available at reasonable prices. Mitchell says she feels living in a building with subsidized housing improves her neighborhood.
We need to do this now. We see in other states that people are becoming homeless every day because of how much housing costs. And Michigan is not somewhere where you want to see people have to be homeless, especially in our winters.
In Detroit, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.